think of a romantic dinner, I think of surf and turf.
Okay, you mean like filet mignon and lobster tails?
Yeah, except I can't do lobster tails. I'm going to do shrimp.
That's okay. I can do lobster tails. And we also have a great recipe to make sure that your filet is juicy, tender, perfect every single time.
Perfect. Let the romance begin.
Pepper seafood. All right. I have some thawed shrimp that I have taken the shells off. I've deveined it, and now I'm simply threading a skewer with the shrimp. And I've taken some butter, melted, added some herbs, seasoning to it, and I'm just gonna generously brush the shrimp with that mixture.
Excellent. I'm going to use the same thing because I know this has some really nice herbs in there, thyme,
Yes.
parsley, a little bit of oregano, and I even think some rosemary. Lots of butter, salt, and pepper. I'm going to show everyone what to do with the lobster. So all you do is you take your shears or scissors, kitchen scissors, and you cut the top of the shell all the way to that tail. Flip it over on the back. You want to just lightly crack this membrane right here. It's much easier. And then flip it back over. Now what I would like to do is I like to take my thumb and I get as close to the shell as I can. I run my thumb over there, and that's going to help expose all the lobster meat. So I want to do that on both sides. And I can open that up. I have all that meat exposed. I can get underneath here and lift it up. There it is. Close my shell and lay this on top of the shell. Now I can clean it up. If I see any veins or anything I don't like, I can pull that out of there. Or if there's any shell left over. Okay, look how pretty that is. Let me rinse my hands real quick. So we want a pepper, a little bit of salt, and then we're going to be real generous with the butter. And this is the same butter that my sister's using. These are going into the oven, 400 degrees, same temperature as the steak. That's what's so nice about this. It's all going to be done at the same time.
To make the most juicy, tender steak, it's all about preparation.
So I'm going to turn on my pan, and we want a very high heat. It's good to use cast iron or a very heavy duty stainless steel pan, and you want something that's oven ready. I'm not 100% sure about this particular pan, so what I did was I covered the handle in foil, and I know it won't get damaged. The next thing we want to do is prep our meat. So we allowed the meat to sit out for half an hour so that it comes to room temp. Now I want to pat it dry so that you get a nice sear on the outside. Heavily season it. And I know this is going to sound like too much, but you want a lot of salt and pepper. Both sides, even around this area too. We want to make sure this pan is really hot, and I can feel the heat. Now I'm going to use a high smoke point oil, like a canola oil, and you want something that's neutral. And I'm going to add that to the pan. We want to wait until we see it shimmering. We are ready with our steak. That's what you want to hear. So what we have to remember is don't touch the meat. We want to get that nice crust on the meat. You want to sear it really well. And your pan's gonna let you know when it's ready. So let it do what it's supposed to. So you're gonna know when your meat's ready to flip when you jiggle the pan and it moves a little bit, or you touch the meat and it gives way. But if it doesn't, don't force it, it's not ready. Okay, so my meat is giving way. Look at that, it's starting to brown nicely. I can flip it over. We're getting some nice crust on there. At this point, I'm going to add a couple pieces of garlic. Cut one garlic clove in half, just because I want to give it a little garlic flavor, but I don't want to overpower it. And then I'm also going to add some butter so that I can baste it. If I had some herbs, I might throw a piece of rosemary in here or thyme. But I'm just going to do a little basting to give it a little more flavor. Oh, look at that, how beautiful that is. Okay, so I'm going to do the sides as well. So that's just a matter of holding it there so we can sear every side, because that's going to seal in all the juices. Okay, I've removed the garlic, and now this is ready to go in the oven, and we're going to cook about 5 to 7 minutes, or until an internal temperature reaches 130. Our romantic dinner is done.
And it smells fabulous.
Let's review. What do you have?
I've got a Hasselback potato with petite filet and some skewered shrimp. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to add a little bit of that melted butter
Yes.
back over the top. Oh gosh, this all smells so delicious and divine.
And that's the one that we use both for the lobster tail, the shrimp. Add some more of that butter mixture on my lobster tail. It's so decadent. And maybe a little bit on my steak as well.
Good idea.
Yeah. And there you have it. 2 great ideas for a romantic dinner. Don't forget, give us a like on Facebook. Follow us now on Instagram. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Gourmet Are Good Enough.